Hello and welcome to my experimental nuclear power plant. The player will have to start in the Scraps hub and walk down this open path that will lead to a door that has been blown off. There's an eerie soundtrack playing in the background to give the player an unsettled feeling. This is the first of many collectible files that the player will have to collect throughout the level. Now, the player will have to go ahead and collect 2 of these before coming up this ramp here and collecting yet another one and passing these toxic barrels. Once up at the top of this ramp, the player will be introduced to my first mechanic, the fuel rod. The fuel rod has a unique sound to it, as does pretty much everything else you interact with in this level. The player will have to come over to this panel and hit E on the button, which will open the door. Each fuel rod, when placed inside these reactors, will turn on the reactors, increasing the power level, which will also open these doors. But each fuel rod can only open up one door, so you gotta be careful with that. And in this room, you'll be introduced to my second mechanic, which is the X cables. These X cables will be placed inside these generators, which will open up these containers that have fuel rods in them. These fuel rods were left out long ago for the player to collect. The player will have to go around collecting these fuel rods and placing them inside the reactor, increasing the power level. Be careful not to fall into the water, as it is very radioactive and will kill the player. That opens up this door over here to the second room, and the player will have to go into this room and be introduced to a different type of generator, where you place it inside that box in front of the generator instead of inside the generator, as it is transmitting a different type of power to a different thing. The player will have to pick up this X cable, which has an electricity type sound to it, and place it inside that box. That will open up this door, and as I said, it is a different type of generator doing a different type of thing. Now, once the player is over in this area, they have to pick up this X cable to place into the first type of generator. Place that in there, pick up these files. Once you have done that, the container will be opened, revealing the third and final fuel rod that is left in this facility. Now, this facility is located on top of a lake to cool down the reactors and the fuel rods. I'm going to come over here and place it in here. There has been toxic barrels placed everywhere, as not so many people have known about this place, so there were no regulations. You want to come over here and open up, or that final door was open, come over here. These bridges were destroyed a long time ago, causing the player to have to jump across them, or over them, I guess, in order to stay safe from the toxic water below. This is the biggest room, as it should be. Much of its contents have been destroyed or lost, so it is empty. And the side room over here is just meant to allow the player to explore a little bit if they wanted to. If not, that's fine. They'll just miss out on a collectible. Now you want to come over into this room over here, which is the hydro pump room. Once inside the hydro pump room, you have to pick up this X cable and place it in here. This hydro pump room is meant to cool down this massive machine over here, which is housing yet another X cable, which is for a different generator, like the one we saw in cooling room number 2. You want to take this X cable all the way up these stairs and place it inside that generator, or inside the box in front of the generator. Doing so will open up this door, which will lead you to the experimental room, which has the experimental core, and that is the objective of my level. And this experimental core has a unique sound to it as well. And that's it.